Re. ADB. Re. NTES. DKNG. Uber. NTES.
Where am I? ARC, still up
Hola.
on that. Airbnb.
MSDNS. Melly. ZM.
Jimmy likes Airbnb, folks.
MFRM. ABNB. PLTR. CHPT.
Did I give you a call on that, baby?
RBLX. MRSQ.
Support's just right around. Oh, tell me OBS did it again.
BNO, PDBC, GSG, USO, DBC, SCO, ANTM, MNDY. MPWR, ASML. ECL, CN, NCRM, TWTR, CDNS. PDC. DK, TRGP, DK. UCO. Race. CHPT. Hubs. SQ. WFC. Hola. GSG. BNO. USO. ABNB. NTES, CN. Oak. Meta.
Meta.
Box.
Meta.
NPYP.
Meta, meta, meta.
WDLTR, CL.
I'm telling you, this is it's a no-brainer at 160. We hit it again today. I'm in this thing long.
PG.
We're going to see if we're right about it or not.
EIX, Doug.
AMD, pull it up here in a second.
Mykov, CPB. ABNB. SQ. Plug. ECL, Dell. Abridged.
Shot. Okay, I got to do AMD
UAL.
here.
EVRG. Burl.
I'm going to say idea to take this
CHPT.
trade is going to be right around 81.58. Somewhere in this channel in here.
EPD. PG. Fame. Fame. AFIB. Fame. FE. Fame. WFC. Wes. DK, Oak, PBR, EIX, Burl, CPB, CME, ADO, Duck, EVRG, KMI, AMLP, EPD, ICE, XOM, DOW, PG, NI, ED, XLE, DIG, ERX, VDE, STNG, EGY, MMP,
Best food place? $20 plus.
GSG,
Dadgum, yes.
VAX, PDBC, WLL,
I mean, I went into Subway a second ago, and
LNG, PBR,
people about they have no clue how to work anymore.
Oak, WM, Sun,
I said, "What'd you say?"
Gush,
I had to get
CVX,
within probably
Wax,
half a foot from her
EV.
to understand what she was trying to tell me. I said, "What?" One more time. I said, I went in there and I said, "I want a sandwich. I want turkey on it, lettuce, tomato, and honey mustard, and a little black olive, and not much, no hot peppers." And I had to sit there and walk through them, tell them exactly how to make a simple sandwich. And they look at you like, ugh. I'd fire every one of them.
WLL, VAX, SLB, SOLMP, SRE, SR, STNG, Moore, EC, PG, CVX, Moore, CVI, MTDR.
It was a good sandwich. If I'd have had them made it the way they wanted, it probably wouldn't have been no good.
Drip, VLSOM, XOMPC, WMG, HPs, OVSX, PDCE, No, AMLP, ANTM, Gush, PSX, DVN, Sun, Fang, VDE,
You're welcome, Miss
XLE,
Nikki.
KMI, VET, ERX, CP, Pump, EVRG, DK, NMM, EIX, DIG, Check, EPD, LNG, KRP, ATVI, PXD, WLL, EOG, BP, Keys, VLL, PXD, BP, PSX, XOM, MRO, CNX, FCG, MRO, XOP, NOG, SM, DRIP, MRO, DVN, Sun, Acorn, Coup, BGNE, Earl, Ars, Team, Uber, SWAV, Check, EQIX, PPL, ABNB, MRK. WLL. ATVI. MTN. AV. NOG. Check. CP. DOW.
Airbnb.
AFRM.
We're breaking 100. We're off to the races.
ACOR.
Airbnb.
ACOR. LAMR. ACOR. ATVI. PG. FE. PPL. Uber. Vox. RE. MSCI. LAMR. Burl. Abridged. QDEL. AMG. PRFT. AAPL. MSFT. TFC. CRM. IWF. VRSK. LGND. SWAV. CMG. Soul. ACOR. 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 CMSC. ACOR. ACOR. Vox. GPJA. Check. YY.
Bob, I can't believe I screwed that up today.
CHPT. Lin. LAMR.
Oh, I didn't put my water on. Just went and got coffee and an aspirin.
FSLR. PYPL.
CHPT, add that to your watch list, along with PayPal. PayPal's at $72.81. I mean, this is highway
FDS.
robbery.
VHT.
And Uber mentioned that under 20. Now look at it.
A-Core. A-Core. PRI. A-Core. A-Core. ENPH. A-Core. A-Core. AV. A-Core. 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 PLTR. STZ. Box. V. Bill. ECL. ACN. FICO. RGEN. MSFT. QTEL. LASUS. DYBR. RBLS. ASRN. Hubs. Gooksel. TTWO. AAP. GMEI. VV.
DraftKings at 11:32. Roblox. And what's that red box? What's that doing today? I mean, should have glanced at that. I know it's a lot of hype. Probably running now. Red box. Don't even look, Jim.
Re.
No.
ULTA.
Well.
ISMUF. Uber. NCR.
Well, they're pumping this.
V. 5.
Someone asked me about red box, and I'm going to tell them exactly what I told him.
AVA.
This is a real good short lesson before the fat cats come back. So we've had a run on Redbox. And this has been a little bit longer than most runs, and it's already had the 50% retracement. But one thing I've learned in the 19 years of doing this, that traders have a very short attention span. And a lot of them don't know. That's why I get asked a lot, if this stock can carry itself. When you get to the point where you got to ask that question, your gut is trying to tell you something. I don't know how good you are at reading senses and a gut. Like, have you ever just avoided some trouble and you thought that if you didn't avoid a certain move that you could probably get hurt real bad, or make a decision not to follow the leader and the leader falls off the cliff and you're still standing? And everybody's got that, like, I got a sense of fear. I don't want to get pulled over by the police. I don't want to cause any havoc or trouble in the world. So my gut's always telling me to try to behave and not be the old mustard Jim that I used to be when I was young. And it's the same thing with stocks, and you get to start asking yourself questions, your gut's trying to tell you something. So when you get some kind of sense, you got to pick up on that and dig a little deeper.
AXP. V. CMRA. PII. Aborta. PRI. SQ. HCA. WST. MSFT. SIJK. BLH. SWK. ABRM. TOTRBX.
Boeing 14089 is what I got.
IYG. VOOG. CSL. ATR. CAMR. AFG. PAG. WFC. ASML. ECYPL. ATVI. CHPT.
Look at that breakout of the SPY.
AGRX. CRL. COO.
Very impressive.
SG,
Bingo.
BGNE, BGS, AXP, AFRM, ENPH, AKRN, Leg, Ally, WFC, NCR, VA, CRM, MSFT, PYPL, SSLR, RCL, JEF, GTLS, UAL, EQ, CHPT, AAPM, Otis, ASML, Pod, BXMT, BGNE, OLED,
Dang, James. Look at your spy calls. I waited all day for this. Oh, God. I'll tell you what.
HSY,
I don't even want
CSL,
to.
LLY, AXP, DFS,
Unbelievable.
CA, PMT, WFC, SPT, Ally, RCL,
I said I was bullish today, and I meant it.
STWD,
I said it yesterday, and I'll say it today.
SQ, PALCN, SIGI,
I pulled up the fear flag
JEM.
yesterday.
MFA,
I said, screw these people.
ECL,
Oh, I even put up Harriet Roosevelt.
V, VHT, MSFT, DY,
All you have to fear is fear itself.
ESX, ACS, RE,
When fear comes around, that's when you got to buy. I'm telling you.
AL Unbridged, ASML,
You shut up and let me talk.
AXP, WD, CTS, FSS, XRX, Edit,
Yesterday, Jimmy talked about this. Everybody was just worried and damn, the world's coming to an end. No, Jimmy came in and said the best time for investing, and he pulled up Harry S. Truman. Not Truman, I keep thinking Truman. Roosevelt. All you have to fear is fear itself. That's when you got to do your homework. When your gut's saying it's really pathetic, the market is in your favor. When everybody else is crying and whining and the bears are strong and yelling. That's why I came out yesterday against them all. So keep that in mind. I've argued with many people about fear.
DHI, REMX,
I had a boxer coach tell me one day, he says, I know you're scared. You're scared for that
VRTX.
black man to hit you in the face, aren't you? I said, yeah. He's about twice my size. Well, get in there and hit him. But I'm scared. And I went in there and I hit him, and he laughed at me. Knocked me down.
UAL, AAL, RVLX, RCL, UPST, ECNG, NCL, ACMIBA, ABNB, PYPL, AMCN, ALGTX, XRX, CN, GME, RRX, CTSL, MSML,
QQQ just hit resistance.
JWST, APH, Fast. Raise. VSX. Ally. ALGN.
So today I've called a
Bars.
Chinese a chink and a black man a black man. And I forgot what I said yesterday.
Goog. CDNS. SNPS. TWLO. PII. VBK. Googsel. FITON. DAO.
And I called myself a
DFS.
honky.
PHL.
That's what I did.
DUH. AMG. VASQ. MFXANG.
QQQ Boing.
JLT. MSIV, HSY, TRXL, IDXX, ASRL, SWH, Ally, CCI, IWB, VTI, IWV, STMR, ACLS, BN, ABNB, LYB, DLNS,
Arc's still looking good.
DLTR, Orly, Sophie, PHM, FDX, Abridged.
Oh gosh, look at that.
DFS,
SPY is at 133 now.
SQ, KDH, FDS, CSTM, WD, STW.
There's my water.
Edit, PLTR, INCY, AXP,
SPT. Oh, look at this.
Vox, RBLX.
Nailed it.
Guild, BGS, Rs, Acore, TTNP,
Double top on the SPY. I gotta get my water in there. Sell this SPY here. Get out of it. Do something.
IVV, Sophie, Edit, Race, AAP, Ally, Amount, DSRTX, Plum, MEOH,
Amazon. I got SPY here. I'm gonna get out of the SPY.
R,
So I've got Amazon. I'm already in it. 105.28 is what I got for Amazon. 105.28.
check,
New support.
RBLX,
And then the first, it could go to 106.10. Now Mike mentioned Amazon, I think, this morning.
TTD, CVRX, RCL, LVAX, CMG, FCUV, AXP,
Excuse me.
RBLX, SI, TWTR, ENPH, TTNPH, QS, MFA, MEDP, AAG, VAL, GMDG, VTNR, XRX, SEIB, SOFI, ANCLH, RCL, UALB, UAL, UGRO, ELBM, XBI, ENPH, MFA, ATVI, PYPL, VXTWTR, BIPC, TTD, Race, SEDG, plug, LAMR,
I'm just getting a lot better at
RBLX.
this. I'm just reminiscing about when I first met Vegas. I'd go ahead and
QS.
I'd get out of my trade,
PLTR, 4,
and I'm just sitting here
FGEN,
thinking about what
FGEN,
how people around me influence the way I trade. You might
DUOL,
Some of you people might
AZPN,
not know it in the room, but I learn from all of you, even the ones that are off in the head a little bit, like me. But when I first traded, I used to be able to, I'd get out and be happy, and then once I got in trouble in a stock, I'd usually try to sell it. And when I got better and better at charting, I realized that a lot of the times when I was selling, that I was selling way too soon at a loss where it could have been a gain by the end of the day. And I've done this many a times in the years that I've traded. And then there's times where I've took profit and I was happy it dipped, and then it come back to life and it would run. So I'd sit there and ask myself, how can I stay in these trades longer? So last week I said I picked up on the 51 EMA to add to my charts. I noticed that it was allowing me to stay in trades longer. So don't think that I'm the master here, because I'm far from it. But I do learn, and I always keep learning, and I never stop. And that's just something to kind of keep.
PLTR, LMFA, BIIB,
But like the SPY, I could have took a big, huge loss
Down.
on this today, but I bought more, and I just held
AAL.
on, and You know, when this thing was going down, I knew people were in the trade with me, and I felt like shit.
GTD. Plug.
Same thing with Baba.
UAL. RVLX. UAL. ADXN.
It takes a lot of energy out of you, for sure.
GME.
Hmm.
Coin. SPT.
SOUN. I can't tell you. I mean, I had to learn it all on my own.
CM.
I didn't really follow nobody. I just
PBR. AZPN.
Clay Trader was probably my first influence.
CRWD. RBLX.
SOUN. I'm not seeing any news on this at all.
NUWE.
So this had probably been a hard sell-off.
TTD. ATGN. ATGN.
Fat Cats will be sitting down in 2 minutes. Enough time for me to go and make a cup of coffee.
PLTR.
My water's still in there running.
PTONCM. CRM. Snap.
You've got to be more patient in the morning.
CRW.
That's the sense I'm getting today. That I made a mistake
ENT.
by not being enough patience today with it being quad witching, or that witch day.
GEN. FOS.
Not quad witching, but witch day.
MNDY. SEDG. SBNY. PPG. AAP. V. AMDBG. ENPH. ULTA. BX. NFLX.
I didn't know he shorted stocks.
TTON. TTD. CRM.
I watched his.
ADE.
This is what I did. I didn't ever go in. I didn't watch nothing that he did. He just listed little videos. He put out these little videos. When I first started trading, that's all I saw of Clay Trader. He'd talk about one stock, and then I would chart it and compare my lines to his and see what he was talking about. So that's far as I've ever got to him. I've never exchanged words or anything with him, except cheered him up one time when he was down. Yep.
FNB.
I'll go get her my coffee going. Adobe, ADBE, and GME, and CRM.
MGY. WLL. Hum. RELI.
Amazon's going to be a good one too. I'm gonna work on a penny scan for this weekend between $1 and $5.
MSTR. RGEN.
A lot of them are over here though in the low float sector.
PBR. BGNE. Hump. IMCR. Cold.
Wow. Yeah, that is kind of nutty.
WLL.
Yep.
Pump. A-core. Shop. TWTR. RBLX. GME.
Shop.
Cold. ARGX. MSTR.
See a double top up here? Jimmy said he's getting out. Look at that. We've pulled back. I mean, it could be short-lived.
Shop.
We're right here
DY.
at support. Is that line right there?
JKS.
Do
RBLX.
you see what I'm saying? I draw that line. I put my line, my trend line right there. Come on, you idiots. I want to find there it is right there. Just a little bit down. Boom. Now I'm going to
ADAN.
expand and watch where that line is. See, I got it off the body of that
KEX.
candle. See the body of that candle?
PP.
I didn't take the wick, I took the body.
PBR. PAR. WLL.
Then I've got the 50 to rely on here to hold it up.
NOG. DBC.
Now-
CSIQ.
What time is it? Time for the fat cats. They're mad. Oh, they're pissed off. Jim, you did it again, man. We don't want to buy at resistance. We do not like coming in here at 12:25 or 1:25 Eastern
Yuko.
time and seeing it at
CLNE.
resistance.
Check.
That means we got to pull it back.
GSG.
And it's spinning top. Doji.
PBR.
And I'm going to load the boat if it drops below that. That's 50's got to hold it up right now. There's nothing below it.
PDBC.
But the 200 at 365. And is that the number we want to wait for?
DBC.
Or is it going to bounce off the 50?
PLL. TWTR.
Now, I was just having a conversation with somebody about Clay Trader and the moving averages.
AZPN.
I didn't recognize any of them numbers on there.
ALNY.
And I got to thinking about other people,
SCO.
how they lay their
Yuko.
moving averages out. You know, I've got the EMAs, which are the 9 and the 51. And then I got the SMA, and I called it off the 50 and the 9 right here. And we're bouncing up off that 9 right now and that 50. So, a 50 and the 200 were the first two I ever used. And they were both SMAs. And it took a while to figure out what time frames to use them in. I think if you picked out a moving average, you'd have to adjust your time frames to however that works. Mine, I split mine up with EMAs and SMAs. At different time frames, these moving averages are different. They could, 5 minute or 20 minute or 15. It's going to show up different. So scalping, I use the 1 minute. I was talking to someone else this morning that's pretty smart, and he knows that to scalp you got to use a 1 minute. Swing trade, you want to look at a longer distance chart, hour, maybe 20 days, a daily. So the market you can build a strategy that works best around you is what I'm trying to get to. And I've only had one EMA in here, and that's been the 9, and the only purpose of that 9 is to keep me in the trade. Now I'm using another EMA, which is the 51, and that's getting me into the trade. That's keeping me in the trade, and it's also getting me out of the trade. The 50 gets me in and out. 21 keeps me in and out. The 200 gets me in, keeps me in, or usually gets me in and out. I hope I didn't waste your time there.
AAL. SCO. NOG.
What's this here?
USO.
Another funny thing is that
EC.
somebody flew Paul out to
ADB.
where they live. Oh.
Shop. SEDG. UCO. ATVI. DHR. DBC. TWTR. INSP. CHCA. BDX. PNC. CHTR. SNAP. LEG. SQ. CRWD. Coin. MASN. AZPH. GSG. BNO. RFL.
We had a blowout, guys, on YouTube. But I just called the spy off the 50 here. Kind of before we got there, I was saying what I was looking for.
PPSI. JXN.
I'm going to get my coffee. It's been sitting in there for 5 minutes.
RBLX. EC. DBC. Cash. NOG. EPAM. CMRA. CRK. PDBC. UCO, USO, SCO.
I'm going to turn you on to my friend Shmee. Not my friend, but I like this guy.
CMRA. CMRA. NOG. CMRA. FNB. GSG. EC. Pump. SNP. AQNU.
That ain't right.
CLB. CHTR. UCO. CINC. GTLS. AAL. AON. PTR. PDBC. USS. SCO. DBC. Mykoff. AZPN. ADWD. MLM.
CRSP.
New. CHTR. QSR. QS. Re. Googsel. AMGN. SIVB. SBNY. EFX. NDSN, RCL, EXP, OXM, CHTR, AAL,
AAL.
ULTA,
It's going to be a good couple weeks, folks.
MFA, AIZ, ATVI, STZ, WST, plug,
I got spy hopes. I got spy
Rev.
hopes. I got spy
Cease.
apple. Cuckoo, cuckoo. Cuckoo, cuckoo hopes.
GLP, Rev,
We are at 335 on the arc.
Hey,
335 on the arc.
New, PRI, DY,
Yes, you can. Can you put
Sophie,
aforementioned links?
QSR,
Yes.
MSTR,
Try to keep a lot of noise out of the main room, and yes, I can only put noise in the room.
Coil,
That's very good, though.
BNO, CHTR,
I'm going to look at what he's got in here.
MFA,
The essentials of day trading. I'm going to watch that a little bit tonight and go over that.
PLL, Heal,
I got 5 rules,
Coil,
5 basic essentials. Maybe I'll do a study over that too.
GTLB,
CRSP.
PRG,
Remember, we got the stretch, and we got the creation of the pattern. The stretch and the pattern.
NOG,
hike. I had an alert on Coke yesterday.
WLL. WLL. Ruby, Ruby.
Ooh, knife on spy. They're coming in for the kill.
SCO.
Let's see if it bounces
BNO.
off the 200 here.
SCO. Aimed.
I'm out of the spy now, but let's see what happens here. See, I got out at the double top. Called the double top and I got out. Now look. I called this line right here at 366.20. That's your first
PGG.
support. You see the channel? And then second one's going to be right down here.
Aim.
And I can't remember
CHTR.
how I drew that line, but I got it in there. And that's off the
BLNK.
200. So we want it to hold either here, you buy little and then more, or you wait and see if it hits the 200. Oh.
CMI. MSTR. GPI.
I'm done trading more or less.
DUOL. LMFA. REMX. AZOSM. MDB. SBNY. SCO, BNO, UCO, USO. CMRA. CMRA.
CMRA.
VRSN. USO, SCO. NMIH. VAP. ARS. Orly. HAG. PAYC. TWLRNO. ASND. DBO. OKTA. Heal. STZ. CMI. MNDY. TWLO. GEL. IBP. SBNY. SQ. AMG. ABG. NMIH. USO. SEDG. MSCI. SCO. TWTR KNRLF KNRLF CMRA ABMD CMRA frequency CMRA KNRLF Orly frequency ADXN KNRLF UCO USO PRGRLF DBO SCO PDBC GSG VCR KNRLF Top GTLS C's Pool UCO DBC SCO DBO PDBC IFRX GSG KNRLF Rev Rev Rev
Rev really had some rotation today, times 11 or 12. REV. This has been on note. I mean, it's been on in our face for 3 days now.
CBI.
Rev.
SEDG CINC CINC GRG CINC CMI BNO PBR CU USO SCO UCO FICO AAP QS Rev TR WD Rev, NMIH, Rev, IWV, OXM, CAGR, QSR, KRTX, AIZ, QS, Rev, 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 Sophie, Rev, IJT, Rev, Riz, Rev, CMI. Rev, C's, Pod, SQ, Ferg, Leg, NDSN,
Stand up.
PRI, RCL,
I'm gonna go walk a little bit.
FICO,
We'll be back.
GBOX,
Walk down the street. I gotta get my neck back in shape.
NEPT, C's, higher,
He finally comes out of the closet.
Oppo, RCL,
I got a message from somebody that has a job and he's not allowed to use Discord, so he watches me through YouTube. He connected with me today. Said he appreciated it.
C's, Sophie,
That's a good idea. I might bring it to his attention.
UCO, USO, PDBC, BNO, SCO, RCL, GSG, DBO.
So I got two lives going on here.
WTRGN, QSR, Rev,
Rev.
MFA, SIBB, aimed,
At the second, the second, we're getting to the second extended resistance on the 20-day double top.
CMG, WD, PRI, IWM, RCL, CSI, leg,
Oh, I take a nap.
Wally.
Oh, I was going to go for a walk. Okay, get that done. Might have to go see a doctor about my neck.
GME.
In my head.
GPN. NMIH. Googsel. DKNG.
I've had it broke before.
KRTX. QSR. Cs.
I said my body's been through quite a bit.
ATO. TYGUTR. COF. MFA. XRX.
I wanted to start doing yoga, and I got it on YouTube, and
NIGLH. PDBC.
30-second episodes were killing me.
RCL. NNI. Googsel. DIN.
I want to come in
ABG.
Tuesday with a green day.
IQV. K. CHTR. NRGD.
I'm going to have to see one.
TIVC. COF.
The market's pausing, consolidating. It's happy where it is right
TIVC.
now. Definitely. We're getting ready to have another breakout or down, one or the other. I gotta go for that walk.
STWD. CHTR. Sophie. NMIH. COF. PNC. AIG. OXM. Inks. LGND. DKFC. Googsel. Rev. Leg. EC. EC. Rev. LABP. NXST.
DraftKings 1148. Google. This could be a new, good little rebound from
Bond.
Google. If the market's going to stay green. I still haven't gone for my walk yet. But I got thinking about Google. Someone asked me if they should get in now on trades. I said, wait a little bit. See if we get some kind of
AREB.
Alphabet's price target cut to 2,600.
EQ. Oppo.
Meta and Alphabet could take a hit on ad sales if economy falls into recession. Well, you know how I feel about that. I know business.
RDHL. Top.
I haven't raised any of my prices at any of my jobs for over 18 years.
NMIH. FICO. ICLH. C's. EBIX. Leg. Tech. Main.
This is the part about being a business person, is I paid myself well enough to where I didn't have to keep begging for raises with my clients. And 19 years have gone by now since I've not asked for one raise. You know, so I'm in the middle of thinking, how am I going to ask these people? They're probably going to say, well, it's about time you asked. We've been waiting 19 years.
TWTR. PTEN. BXMT.
It's going to be, we've got a 3-day weekend. We've got China and Putin,
C's.
buddy, say they're closer than they've ever been
SA.
together. I think America's handled this all wrong from the beginning, probably a huge mistake. That's the kind of things that are just on my mind for the weekend. China, and that's about it.
Main.
I don't think nothing else to the war. And I'm going to be bullish next week.
Atto.
I think I like
Atto.
Susan in here. She's a good trader. Keep an eye on her. Not getting greedy. She put a little message in there. I like how Fire has been talking about Gush and keeping us
BXMT.
updated on Gush.
TGH. NMIH. STWD.
Tai Chi. I'm gonna have to. Thank you, Miss Florence, for that.
EBIX.
Last time I saw a chiropractor after
MRO.
an auto accident.
Googsel.
I had it x-rayed, and he went in there messing with my neck, and then the next wreck that the guy hit me with
CHTR.
told me I had a broken neck.
ICLR.
Well, some meeks told me I didn't have one.
AIG. PLL. ROP. SPGI. MSCI.
Google
Cs.
knew high.
FDS. Q. QSR. MCO. KRTX.
SOUN was mentioned earlier. It's running down on volume. I'm going to see if I got the... Yeah, I think I got them on.
MTN.
I've got the squeeze on, so keep an eye up there in that blue window up in the upper right. Shrimp was at 15 the other day. Now, I don't want to look at shrimp and see it up 3 cents, because $1,500 could have netted me $300. So let's SHMP. Please don't be over 18.
Aimed.
Very good. I'm going to keep it on watch. Niall's triple topping. Niall triple top.
JWW. TGH. Googsel. Fang. TIVC. QSR. HCA. Main. Atto. DVN. TIVC. STWDMSTR. CN. BXMT. RTX. Pod. Team. DKNG. NTSS. WFRGIVC. XTYC. Ally. NMIH. SBR. HES. LPI. FSLR. EBIX. GURE. LNG. Moore. HLCG. LGP. AIGD. OAK. VLO. CPE. ADB. AERC. ABG. CGA. PXD. CHTR. Main. MLSV. APTV. ATWR. TRISP. CVX. SU. PNC. AV. TCTY. LHCLA. ICRT. QSR. L. FDS. APH. Ally. AIG. VRSS. CMI. HEIA.
Niall?
BBK. HCA. R. PRI. PMT. ALGN. CMG. MDY. CAR. QS.
Triple top on the SPY.
S.
This beautiful chart on the SPY, man. Called this breakout right here,
IPGP.
the flag.
INTU. FOXF.
You know, Susan in here
DFS.
says
CRS.
She like to see them breakouts are the best, you know.
CN.
Well, they usually come from a flag or a volume spike or news.
JUPW.
In this case, it was a flag
PNC.
on the spy. With them volume spikes, you always point them out. You know, it's get ready to squeeze.
AFG. APH.
Once you spot the flags, you got to look for patterns, I think. That's what you just got to do. You got to learn to look for a pattern. And an example here, like on the spy, I seen this flag, you know, I'm going, damn, this thing looking good here. And so I called it out. It popped out once, and then it came back. It retested and hit that trend line. I can't express enough to you how important it is to be patient. If you catch a breakout, to let it retest. Don't ever try to chase. Because you're going to have rookies getting in here, getting out, like I did when I was young, or younger. Or you're going to have ones that are more experienced that are going to stay in the trade and run it on up because they recognize that you have a flag here. So once you recognize a flag, I guarantee it, you'll get a lot better trader. Any kind of flag, there's different flags. I point them out every day. All you got to do is go in here, go to Google, or however you got your search engine, type in bull flags, and then this weekend, go to images, and just look at every one of these and see what a bull flag is. I call these snakes all the time. Pennant flag, you know, there's a sideways Darvis box. There's another snake, another snake, another snake. We've got people drawing channels now that never drew channels before and playing inside the channel, waiting for that big breakout, running the same stock over and over again. And then up in here they have bull flag patterns. You can just go through here and study and look. But you see a lot of them are kind of the same. Either sideways, up or down. You got a bear flag when they go up, bull when they go down. Pennant flags, pennant bearish flag.
MCO. RCL. MTN. MDUS. BRKB. MA. FIS. GDXN. MANH. T. ATGN. APTV. MSCI. Roll. Rev. Race. BXMT. Rev. HCA. LH. AIG. Main. RCL, STWD, U. Googsel.
Google. Did y'all hear Google?
Seas.
Did I hear Google?
FSLR, TGH. ICLR. VRSN, NIO. CN. MMP. QS. Pool. AAP. CHKRKIS, EBIX, APTV, MFA, VONE, LH, GENCY, WFC, BXMT, DKNG. GTLS, RVLV, QSR, MTN, AXP, MLIO, HCA, T, LIN, ABMD, VMC, U, BABA,
Uh-oh.
TGH,
Baba.
POD, Cs, ARGX, LAMR, COO,
You little piece of crap. Now it's starting to look good.
NWDX,
Okay, I gotta do my walk right now.
CCL,
I got this
BFNG,
thing wrapped around my neck. Feeling better.
APTV.
Might wear this while I'm sitting here more often.
BRZ, Axon, RCL, XPEV, AIG, NCLH, BA, Ally, XPOL, MSTR, Cold, Maine,
Boeing. Boeing, Boeing, Boeing.
CHDN, CYCC, U, Maine, CYBR,
Roger, Roger. This is Jim landing close to the beach. Do we have any hitchhikers to pick up? Roger that. Mama pass, come on. Breaker 125. Parachute ejection. Clear. Take off. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 3 and 2 3/4. Take off. Brought to you by Boeing.
CC MNDY. Main. Cold. FDS. CRTD. TGH. SPWR. EXP, AZPN. CRTD. CRTD.
Don't forget to help out with the scanner if you can. If anybody can.
EGY.
We're about there.
GGPI. SYK.
Plus, I want a Big Mac.
NRGD.
And I want to.
STSS.
You know, if anybody has any suggestions on the room, just always feel free to message me.
GF. FGF. FGF. STSS. FGF.
What was that? I forgot what I titled that
RLMD.
thing now. What did I title that?
LH.
Year lows? I got year high on here. Yeah, year low, I think.
HCA.
Dadgummit.
SLB.
There they are. We got some green on the chain on this now. I want to walk through how I look at a watch list real fast. If anybody's watching on the so today I created a year lows watch list off Mike's thing he put in earlier. Just part of how you use other people's ideas. He had year low, so I said, what the heck? I'll get in here and try to find some good trades on year low and use this for next week. And AMD was on the list. So what I do is I first like to pull up the highest volume. Let me hit AMD. And I've got this link to a chart. And I like to put this on 20 days because I want to try to find an idea fast. And 20 days seems like, I can get some kind of idea what's going on here. We got a double bottom. This is how I got the Apple. Took Apple today because it was on this list. 52-week low yesterday. And I took it and look where I am on this thing from 129 to 132. Ford was on the list. Double bottom. We hit a new low today. I mentioned Ford today. When we hit that low, it's up almost 40 cents. BAC I mentioned yesterday. I already noticed it was at a low, so I called it out, and boom, alerted BAC yesterday. So this one list, and I left the link in there for you. You could take this same list and run with me next week and follow me in some trades. And I'll show you how to use a watch list. And the video, it's also on here. So I've got double bottom on the video today. Got a triple bottom. There's your trade. If it breaks the 51, it's off to the races. And I'm definitely bullish on the video. So I'll pull up the next one. They mentioned Intel yesterday. Today we had a new low. Now this is the week of all stocks. It's forming a bear flag. I mean, it's yeah. So you could probably play it in the channel until it decides to go ahead and shoot on up. Or it starts to create a cup and handle. Then you take the arm on it and take that trade. So that's how I look at that. A cup and handle maybe in the future. WFC, I mentioned the banks yesterday. I said the banks are looking good at this sell-off we had yesterday. Well, here you go. MU, I've been squealing about it. We got a double bottom. They had excellent earnings. They did get a downgrade, but that's been a while. It might be something to look at. General Motors, another one. Double bottom on General Motors, 52-week low. Fat cats love this stock. CSX. These are all high volume tickers. JP Morgan. Mentioned this to Nikki yesterday. I said, might be starting to get interesting if we break the 51 here. PayPal to 52-week low, got a double bottom, getting ready to break that 51. Could have a possibility to run this up, maybe double top right up here at $76 if we have a green week. I think we will. Morgan Stanley, same thing. Got a snake working here. You got a higher low. It breaks out, same setup. They're all looking for that 51. AMAT. Same kind of setup, looking very sexy. These are stocks that we're familiar with. QCOM, look at that. I mean, within 10 days from 140 to 120. This is irrational exuberance. You're going to come back in a week and you're say, damn it, Jim, I should have took a few of them. The psychology of trying to get out of a bear mood is not very, it's hard, but I come in here with a bull mindset every morning. I don't want to. Adobe was just mentioned to me a little bit ago. It's on the 52-week low list. I mentioned this I'm sure I mentioned it this morning. I'm going to type in there and see if I did. I think I did. I know I had it on my mind. It's got to break to 51. You can run this up to the 200 on the 1 hour time frame. And that's about, what, $30? Swing? Adobe? We're talking about Adobe, man. It's not no fly-by-night company. We got General Motors, 52-week low, higher low, double bottom. All it needs to do is break that damn 51 and we're off to the 200. And we're back up at resistance again. The short bear rally can have a small bull run. I've seen it over and over again. Abbott, same thing. You've got a double bottom. You've got a possibility of a breakout. You draw a trend line from right here. You just got to work this one watch list. I guarantee you can make money on it. There's that trend line right there. Extend that to the right. Magnify that baby up. We're bullish on this thing. This thing, all it's got to do is just, I'm pushing. Look at this. It's sexy. Real sexy. That's a J-Lo bottom if I ever saw one. You got a volume spike right here. This is real sexy. That volume spike, I guarantee it, this thing's ready. I got to read the news. Oh man, don't get me started on his watch list. Home Depot, look at this. The guy says, I was talking about this a couple weeks ago. He gets on here and he pumps. He says, we're not going in no recession. Home Depot's killed it on earnings. And he was just rattling on. I said, you idiot. It's a seasonal trade. So if you get a spike like that, you don't chase it when somebody spouts it off. Especially if you know it's seasonal. And the weather around here has been crappier than hell. Housing prices are too high, so people that were wanting to buy a house or decided to stay in their own house and redo it. So this thing's getting ready. And we got us a snake set up. And there are 2 or 3 ways of looking at this. I think I'd want to draw me a little trend line right here. And I know, man, that snake's broke out. I don't know how to draw this thing up. A cup and handle. We'll do it like this. It's too much curving up already, so yeah, here we go, right here. Extend that on down. So this is Home Depot. I'd set an alert right down here and hope that we can hit a double bottom and get in the trade. So I'll go up just a little bit to where this body of that candle is and the body of that one and set my alert. And then I'll be ready for this one here. So next week we're going to work off this list. And I'm going to set the link in the video room. And I'm going to do a video each day of 1 or 2 stocks that we picked on this list. And I'm going to do it all week long. And you're going to learn how to trade off of a watch list so you can be independent.
GRTR. Main. RWR. LH. ABMD. Plug. SOLN. R. Deck. UAL. Love. MGC. STZ.
Copy and
VCR,
paste that, YouTubers.
CC.
I'll
Tech.
put the link in TOS this weekend. I mean on the
CRWD.
channel.
INSP. LFA. AAL. GE. AXP. NSC. CTSH. Cs. 4RM. PNC. QS. AA. Pool. FISV. SGEN. VRTX. WFC. IVV. STZ. FDS.
Okay.
PRI. CCSI. ADXN. MSTR.
I want everybody to put in a strong feeling for anybody that has caught COVID lately.
APDN. AERC. SNA.
Put a good prayer in for a good friend of mine tonight that his family has COVID, and so anybody that likes to pray, would you please pray that his wife and daughter can get better.
PRG. GTLS. ALNY. ROP. SNTI. FDSNTI.
SNTI.
AMT. VO. LH. CAR. AMT. VO. LH. CAR. PCTY.
I'm gonna go for that little walk, so I ain't done it yet. So give me a good pick when I get back.
KPG. IVPNC.
Hey, did you see GAE?
LLCL. TFX. HSY. DFS,
GE popped up on the
SNTI.
screen.
MSTR, XPEV, XPEV, FGF, NRGD, EQOS, SNTI, ALNY, CUTR, Tech, SIVB, SCTL, EC, RDPL, ASAN, CEQP, GTLS, ACI, VQS, MSTR, SCTL, New, IDW, VYNT, 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 JLYNT, VYNT, GTLS, VYNT, VYNT, VYNT. VYNT. FNI. SGEN. Val. MICS. ARAV. MSTR. KRNT, IRTC. TGH. XPEV. AAP. VMW. XPEV. L. LAD. ABMD, COO, SBNY. ACLX. EWO, Tech. JLL, FDS. JUPW, PANW. JUPW. MLM, ALGN, AVB, SISRG, IWVAMT, MSI, IVV, VEEV, IQV, ACN, VRTX, VUG, HEIA. Hubs. VYNT. ISPOW. XPEV. XPEV. AERC. TGH. VMW. ALNY. FGF. BKNG. DUOL. MSTR. CHDN. AQNB, IDA. FGF. Top. Jinf. Back. LLY, IWV, INTU, ACN, CDNS, PAYC, ICL, MSTR. AMT, MGY, VOOG, MTNGK, IWV, ULTA, LPLA, CMG, SWAV, VRSN, PPG, PANW, SBNY, Wing, EBIX, JLL, SPGI, ACOR, ITRI, NDSN, Rev, Top, Rev, ABG, FOXF, Meta, NVDA, MSIT, INTU, SBACSL, SGADMWF, IQV, UPS, PSC, ISRG, RSN, MHKDS, TSL, ACN, IT, QLYS,
There's the squeeze.
Tech, L,
The squeeze has
RSL,
begun. It is now power hour.
WOL,
Post.
STZ, VAC,
Rev.
MCO, Low, ENTG, VRTX, DEC, PRFTA,
Whoop, not reverb.
ALNY, MSI, mRNA,
483.
GTLS,
Sue.
MEDP, MTN,
446.
Coup,
Reverend Blue Jeans. I want 483.
EVIX,
Double top, 20 day.
OGS, IRTC, NDAQ, POD,
I've got a loogie in my throat. Won't you pick it? Best way to release a loogie in your throat that's not gone into your mouth yet is to swallow it with a big swig of black coffee.
VMW,
You're gross. Now, someone asked me about a
MSTR,
stock earlier. Let me think. I said wait for the
ASAM.
pullback. What's it? Who was it? Oh, I had a couple pointers.
MNDY,
Oh yeah, I read that there. Amazon. For instance, let's look at Amazon, see if it pulled back. Now watch.
ROP,
Are you watching Amazon? Remember those numbers I gave you? Miss Florence? Here's the chart. I want you to study it.
AERC,
We're waiting for the pullback. Teaching patience here on Amazon. We want to see 105.28, and I'm going to put in a word that I don't put in very often. It starts with
EVIX,
an S,
NDAQ,
and it goes somewhere.
ARGX.
Did I spell it wrong? Yes. Somewhere.
MORF,
That's 2 words, Jim.
HCTI,
So I have made an alert called 106.5.28 somewhere. If that makes any sense. Oh, a visual person here?
YY,
What are you talking about?
SYK, Top,
I don't know what you're talking about.
DUOL, Pen,
Oh, my booger thing. Oh, I thought you were... Oh, I misread. I thought you said hookers.
COF, WEX, CMMD,
Sorry about that.
ECPG,
I thought you said hookers. I was just trying to help people out that need it sometimes. Can you visual what I'm wearing on around my neck right now? A Sabero. Nope. Okay, let's really have some good times here. We're waiting for this thing to go to 105.28. And we about hit it. But we're waiting, we're still waiting. I'm trying to predict the next move. We were about up in here when this happened. So we got one candle, I think, out of the way. We just need one more. Then we'll take the trade. It's right about there. And I'm going to set an alert because I'm going to be shopping around while I'm doing this. Okay, alert set. Apple. Yeah, things coming back. It's just, natural. Good day today. I think today was a very good day. We're into a 3-day weekend. I'm thinking it's very nice. I come in here first thing feeling good about the market. Got a little excited once we went to that high. It popped, and that's where I made my mistake. S&P futures more sharply higher on volume, up 9.9%. Oh, listen here. I bet you we're making some kind of deal with Mexico right now on solar panels. Check this out. Mexican President Sergio Mexico is exploring the creation of solar parks in areas bordering the U.S. and potential, and that's a great idea. I like that idea. That could really boost the sales in solar big time. Mexican president says they're exploring creation of solar parks in area bordering U.S. and potential exploration of energy to California and other states. Gonna have the the grid, right? They haven't hardly worked on the grid to charge these damn cars that they're wanting to get going. And solar, FSLR yesterday, I called it out. Oh my gosh, look at that. Remember me calling out this one yesterday? Double bottom? Said the setup was there? You idiot. I just don't have all the money in the world. I could just trade when I'm seeing bargains. But I called this out yesterday. And then I just read that Mexican news. I think that's a great idea. Somebody already beat me to it, didn't they? Huh? Come on. I love that idea for long-term investment. I'm gonna have to look at FSLR. Too bad I didn't think you'd see that earlier. Okay, so I'm gonna set an alert for FSLR at 65.50. This is what happens when you miss a trade. No, I always say let them come back to you, right? We're going to let this one come back to me. I'm gonna type in. I really like this idea. We'll put some of them illegal immigrants to work. That way they can be with their family too. And this in here is a real strong support down here. Ask. This is how I set my alerts. Ask at or below. And then I try to round it up. If I like, a certain number like 63.90, I might round it up, and I'm up, high, I might round it up 20 cents. Because many times I don't do that. I end up missing the trade because it usually stops there. So this is, I thought I already said, I got to set another one. And I'm going to start typing in here why I'm getting into it. Because I keep asking myself lately, why did I pick that? So I'm going to put this chart in the room, and we'll keep FSLR on watch for next week. I'll probably add it to my watch list. It's on my watch list.
EMR, SYK. TGT. CINC. Cold. WMS.
Call me. I'm trying to figure out what today is. Today Wednesday?
EQIX. DUOL. MSI. Tech. SGEN, EMR, MSCI, PAYC, IRTC, WKHS, ARGX, HEY, TOP, SPSC, POD. SWAV, LPLA, HD, CSL. CMRA. SBNY, A4, Meta, SRCS, MNTX, CRMDC, ACALNY, TSLA, Tech, EWA, SPGI, PINTU, VOT, ABMD, L, ICLR, MSTR, NFLX, MCO, ANSS, FDS, TEL, IJH, Jazz, KRTX, ARGLOG, LPLA, VCR,
Oh man.
LH, mRNA, VB, TIL, CHDN,
Dumbass. You did it again, didn't you?
PLXS, DAY, LGND, Hubs, ISRGC, now. Roll, VRSK, PCTY, EBIX, ECL, PANW, OLED, EQIX, AN, PNC, VBK, BKNG, MTN, REMX, Top, Snow, VGT. MCO.
Ooh.
MSTR. Rare, Millie,
James?
Pen,
That's AR, not OR.
4. Hey, GSHD,
Learn to spell right, or don't type.
IYG,
I can't take you anywhere.
XPEV,
Oh God.
CYBR, Top, ALGN, EQIX, ANSS, STAYC, AMT Tech, MSIW, ADS, INTU, HSNEP, MRNA, HIPSAC, SDN, CTY, VRSK, ENIOL, NDSIJH, PPG, Tree, IQV, WD, MLM, VRSN, Where, QQQ, MDY, VGT, TBLT, MGK, RANCI, ECL, IJX, ISRGI, VHT, FLT, Ronnie, DGX, OXM,
Just as planned,
RGEN, LCII,
right to the pivot point
RGCA,
inside the flag.
HCA,
Here's another trait I talk about.
CIDA,
Okay,
MOG,
pay real close attention to this. When I called this flag out, the breakout point, the squeeze point, we pulled right back to it. This is the SPY. So keep this in mind when you're, I always talk about that pivot point in that flag, that symmetrical flag. Called that out, she broke out. And patient here sat here and called this out again. Said, looky, looky. Back at that pivot point. Pivot point, is essential to understand when you want to take a trade, because that's the decisive channel that'll tell you to determine if it's either going to stay bullish or bearish at all times. So you got, when you're doing a pattern, dig in there and look for an equilibrium. Look for a pivot point. and then set an alert above that pivot point. This thing triggered. And boom, that's why I'm sitting here doing these charts and drawing them up for you, because I want to learn. I want to keep on top of setting these alerts, especially when I think that we're going to have a nice turnaround for a couple of weeks in the market. So it's very important that we really put our nose to the grinder here. And I'm feeling different for some reason. A little chummy.
SBULOQRYSN LAT TIVC.
But that's a lesson you got to learn, that pivot point. The VWAP is a pivot point. To me, I use it as a pivot point. It's either going to break that or pull back. It's a resistance or it's a support. That's a resistance or a support is what that is.
LTRY.
And a lot of times I'll be looking at that, and I'll have the SPY on here too.
NDSN.
On my VWAP. And I can, when I'm watching this pull back here, and I call it out at the bottom of that pivot point on that chart, I can sit and run right over here
CYCC.
and check out the candles and see where it pulled back to too. If it, check the RSI. We had a sharp sell-off. This is how you trade the RSI. So this whole chart alone, if you set it up like this, is a trade by itself. You set up your desired chart, and then you set the VWAP up next to it. Put the same tickers on it with the same time frame. If you want to play it off the VWAP and you get a hard sell-off like this is how I used to take this trade. This was one of the first charts I started with. I'd have a volume, just pretty simple. All I heard was VWAP this, VWAP that. Oh, it's going to the VWAP, back 2008. Then, I didn't hear nothing about the Williams alligator or whoever, James Howard's sneaky snake trading strategy, or there wasn't too many. They were all old fogies trading the market. And they didn't want to give out too much information, so we had to, and VWAP was what we were using at the time. And so I just talked about the RSI, and it's hooked up the RSI to the VWAP, and then I got better at finding support levels and other strategies, and I can build that into the VWAP trade. I can sit there and look at them both and glance at it and say, okay, it's ready. We just slipped down and the RSI is popping up. We had the second pull back here on the RSI. It breaks up to the 30 and it pulls back a little bit, and then boom, everything retests. So that's just that's another way of taking. I've got thousands of ways you can take a trade, but that's just another one.
New.
And still got to have my news on here because I got to watch that. I got my level 2 and I got my volume. I got a clear shot of the VWAP, and I can change this pattern any time frame I want.
QTEK.
I see huge, it's like meta. Called meta. I mean, I gave everybody.
ISP, MDAQ, JCTGI, MSI, TSLA.
I've gave everybody in this room in way in advance.
AXP, VFDS, IVDIGI, SISV, LRCX, STZ, WF, LEG, SBNY, CHDN, MA, UTHN, HXL, ROLL, ROP, AMT, ADSK, NDSN, QTEK,
A lot of squeezing going on.
AFSS, NVDA, PAYC, SMH, MDY, ALGN,
shut you up for a second.
IWV, VBK, TGI,
I said I was shutting you up for a second.
XPEV, XPEV,
Well, you're something else, aren't you? So here's Meta. And we were, I don't know where we were, but I gave an alert to wait for 160. I'm going to go pull it up. And we've nailed it twice now. And I think, it's a descending pattern. So I definitely think this will probably pop up above 165 on Tuesday.
ASAN.
Shut up. Period. You're on mute. This is a descending pattern, so I'm going to wait until Tuesday to come in here. It'll probably already be above this 51 on the hour, but I'm just going to set an alert just in case, and I might take this trade if I can get it down to wherever that is on Meta. I want to get in this trade. Maybe like a month out. So I'm going to type in go month out. And I already know why, because it's 160. Raise this up to 70 cents. There. 161.71. We'll see if it pulls back to that on Tuesday, and I'll get in the trade. And that'll be the neckline of this head and shoulders of the double bottom. See, I've got you got the snake. I'm not going to go there with it. So you got your snake drawn up here. You're starting to getting out of that channel. You're at the 51, and this thing getting ready to squeeze and break out. That's the neckline. So if it does, we did just pull back there a little bit ago, I think. So if anybody's watching this right now, you need to type in 161.71 and set your alert and see if we hit it or not. This is having a breakout pattern that's definitely ready. There's no doubt in my mind this thing's ready.
VYNT.
But I'm not telling you to buy it now. You wait until it pulls back. I never tell anybody to buy at resistance unless it's running. It's either going to be at a pivot point, it's going to be at a point of a flag or a squeeze.
Teeps F.
Maybe off the 200, something like that. I'll never tell you to buy it up here, never. Unless it's
PRG.
Developed a flag. But right now, I'm getting my fingers wet. I'd almost want to go ahead and take this one right now, but I got to look at the clock. Got a half hour left. Do you want to take that kind of risk? We're not down here, or I would. Especially so close into the day.
EGY. Nog.
For you on YouTube, copy that little list right there and leave it up there for a few more seconds. Copy and paste it. That's going to be our watch list. We're going to go off next week. Dolby was on there. Did anybody see Dolby today?
S&P. Leg. Rev. QTEK. Rev. TIVC. SNV. JUPW.
Mullen. We're going to launch the rest of 2000, right? Susan, I think, put something in there about Mullen or somebody
LH.
did. MULN.
FSS.
There's a lot more traders in the market. They don't hold like these two. You got retail traders like me. Take profit. Mullen's looking nice right there, that's for sure. We missed that one, Jimmy.
PNC.
Okay, I'm going to show you how I charted this right here.
MSI. Rev.
Now, look at these lines, this box. Now, I think someone that was probably not into charting would say the low support would be down here at 120, which the low support is down at 120. But the support that it might stop at is right here, because you have support right here and you have resistance right here. You have support. So that's where you want to set your alert on Mullen. If you want to become a good penny trader, that's the spot. And you got one right above it for your second support right there. So you want to be sure to put that line in there. But I think it'd be best to set an alert just a little bit above that at 125. Brings it up a couple pennies so you can be ready for it when it triggers. Set it at the ask, at or below, and there you are. Is that where I wanted it? No, it's not where I wanted it. Yeah, it is. I want it down here. So I need to erase that and say I'm looking for 122. So I didn't put my note in there. I got to remind myself to put the note. Right? Okay, alert set. Now I can move on. That's another strategy.
Leg. DRI. SLB.
Oh, Walmart was.
VTAXP.
Haven't heard much about Walmart today.
COF.
So Walmart is down at my 118 area. I've been calling 118 for a while.
KMI.
Now it has been wolf. It's lowered it to 140 from 170.
TWTR. PBR.
And they got the Roku news, Roku and Walmart streaming shopping partnership.
MSI.
That's good news for Walmart.
ASNS. Dow.
Walmart Amazon battle heats up in India. Sounds like they're going to have a war.
NOG.
I've been around here long enough to know that these idiots are late on the fear
AIG.
of these
AIG.
recession
PW.
deal. They should have been calling it out a year ago.
BXRX.
I'm serious. I mean, businesses shut down.
TWGN.
You can't rebuild overnight. It takes a good business at least 4 years to start showing a profit. I mean, even to start getting out of the black.
DK.
If you ain't showing a profit in 4 to 5 years, you need to get out of your business. You ain't doing nothing right. You ain't doing something right. But that's the way I feel about what the government did to our business. They just kind of shut it down. That's never happened to me before.
FUV.
Unless, somebody's lived back during the World War.
SLB.
2.
HLBZ. TRGP.
But I know their term of recession is different than what mine is.
DPSI.
But I like to be ahead of the move. I think we're going to pop out of it. We've already been into it for a year. They say they last a year, 18 months, year and a half. You watch. It'll be a big change.
FEXMT.
I'm about ready to sneeze.
CHTR. Vax.
I think my turning point this week is the
CLB.
oil, the letter to the oil companies. I think that's the big turning point for this market to start moving up, but I can be wrong.
ADIGIBC.
I think it's got their attention is what I'm saying.
BXMT.
Gas
FUB.
prices might start to come down.
Manu. Ice.
And that's going to be a good thing for the market. That's my catalyst.
Hum. XELB. Nog. DHR.
Oh, AMD was another one that someone
No.
talked to me about. Asked me about getting in AMD. We did pull back to that pivot
FUB.
point.
Manu.
I was talking about charting, right? Well, this is what I see in this chart. The neckline. I see a gap. They got filled right in here. So when I drew this out, I tried to find an equilibrium right down here on the bottom part of this. You colored that in, and I always draw a pivot point in there because I think it can go in between and land in that pivot point, and there we are. So, you know, I would have probably set an alert above that pivot point because everything's about the pivot point to me. They'll probably come back down and hit it again, but I would have took that trade maybe. And it also depends on the time of the day.
PLL. NKLA.
Depends on the time of the day. I'd be fool to take this now. Something like this set up
CLSK.
early in the
DHR.
morning. You know, if I would have took this trade.
WLL.
I'd took this trade at 1.
Nog.
Maybe I would have took it at 9.
Next.
Maybe at 12:30. But I don't know about now. 3-day weekend. But the
FUB.
setup's there. The setup was there.
SLB. BCLNE.
Same thing with the SPY. Yeah, let's
FCCL.
watch the SPY here.
ICE. PLL.
Got a SPY. I got 3 lines. I got a support, I got a pivot point, and I got a bottom.
QS.
So we've hit the low third support, missed it. But I mean, that's why I'm charting these at the pivot point. We pointed that out.
IIPR.
The pivot point in that channel, in that flag.
Hum.
So after we hit that, now we're getting ready to land right to the
Side up.
pivot point. Don't have to hit it. Just have to think you're close
ADSM.
enough. You gotta watch them candles, see how they. That looks to me like the neckline right there on that there, head and shoulders.
BKEP. ADXN. Set.
That's the head and shoulders right there. Inverted head and shoulders. And she pulled right back to it. So if this got pressure, pressure's applied. Does it want to go ahead and finish the day? We got, what, a little bit of minutes here, but I'm not, I'm done. But if this was a different scenario, again, there's a set.
IIPR. Manu.
That's a setup.
LGHL. LGHL.
That's called the neckline. There's your white soldiers.
ICE.
Once it busted past it, you
ETNR.
got 3 of them.
LGHL.
So yeah, I would have took that trade in a heartbeat.
LGHL.
Not now. I can't take it now because it's 13 minutes to close. And it's a 3-day weekend. But that's a setup. They probably just go ahead and
WTT. MSEX. IIPR.
this is where you got to really educate yourself. You have a huge sell-off, you want to watch them candles right after it.
RDHL.
There's the hammer right there. I'd have jumped in that trade and then I saw that and I'd have shit my pants. That's a gravestone.
KEX.
But no, it went ahead and went on up.
MFA. MNTK.
The reversal on this one here. Nice rolling pin.
ICE. SLB. WMB.
You got a nice rolling pin with a hammer. I'd have took that trade. I'd have took that right there. That thing coming down, bam, I'd have grabbed it right there. Same thing as this right here.
BZ. BXMT.
Higher lows. There you are. Telling you
PHBHBS.
telling you exactly it's ready to take.
NDNS.
Very impressive. Very impressive. Very impressive.
Ella. RGS. CBT, DHRGMT, CBT, LYLTX, PRDS, PCBT, LFT, CVT, HGBL, ANTM, Moore, He's, EBIX, CVT, HGBL, Sol, PIIRDA, CVT, LYLT, PIII, PRDS.
They're loading up the pennies, man.
IMO,
Somebody's got the bright idea to get in here and buy these now.
CVT, CIHGLT, VNOM, SLVLO.
I'm telling you, I'm seeing some good action for next week, next couple weeks.
CVT.
Benzinga's ratings upgrades. So it's Morgan Stanley's
PHBS,
equal weight 550.
CVT.
Best class in technology got an award.
CHTR, NOG, New.
This is CVT. Oh yeah, I mean this is setting up. Okay,
CVT.
I got to think about this. It's already hit its damn target. Got a sucker punch.
HD. CVT.
They're seeing the 51. I'm telling you, I love this 51.
NBR. EMR.
It's too late to take the trade. Don't even try.
Cyto.
Psycho. Too late. So we're going to find a pivot point.
PHBS.
We're going to find a pivot point
PHBS.
where I think it's going to come back to.
PHBS. GHM.
And I see it right there. So we're going to put a line. I'm going to drop it down a little bit
TGH.
right to this channel here. That wick
Guild. CHTR.
and the bodies of these candles right there. Then we'll set an alert.
RFL.
It's too late. I can't take it. It's too late in the
No.
day. I don't want to even try to
PHBS.
take this trade. I'll be a fool.
SLB.
But Jimmy says, what did I say here?
DVN.
Is there a reason?
FSLR.
It just had a Morgan Stanley initiates coverage on
PHVS. SRA.
equal weight, announces a 550 price target. 52-week lows on Friday
WV.
last week. Best class technology, that's it.
GNEA.
That will tell me something about it.
HST. Glue. DRQ. DHR. CCJ.
So I got an alert set for $5, $4.98.
PHVS.
Actually, I'm gonna raise. I gotta raise it up. I'll be like I said. No,
HD.
I should have raised it up a few
ATGN.
cents to where I saw that first spot.
Glue. INCY. ICE.
Right there.
ATGN.
So I changed it to 511.
WTT.
Alert set for
DSK,
CVT at
DSK,
511. I think this will be a nice trade to break the one, this right here,
CINP.
and have an exit idea of right
CIR.
around 622.
CSK. DSK. CVO. PMT. AMDL. KMDX. CNOM. ACGL.
Shut up.
CVO.
Man, they're really coming in strong on these today.
HGBL.
I'm going to go over this watch list tonight, see what's going on. But they're buying them real, no hardly any volume. HGBL.
PM.
Something funny going on here in these small caps. There's somebody going to make a lot of money.
Roku. GLYC.
I've not seen action like this on a Friday in a long time.
GNE.
HGBL.
Cs. WLL.
There's a damn already the 200. Fudge. You can't jump in these trades when you're at a resistance.
ABVC. CXDO. Guild. mRNA. OESX.
There's no reason for this to be jumping,
PMT.
except the fact that it's oversold. And we do have it set up. Well, not obvious though.
ISPAO. MACDC. T.
Too late. But no.
EDBL. ABVC. Manu.
I'm going to set alert down here. Sit. That line right there. So I want to get in early.
WLL.
Set it about 129
SJKS.
on
INDP.
HGBL.
SPWR. NIB. ANTM.
Vice President Cobb and Vice Officers. Earnings. Same.
ABVC.
No news.
E.
So this one had no news.
ABVC. ABVC. EVIX. ABVC. EMR. ABVC. MRO.
ABVC.
GLYC.
AB. Man, there's a lot of action on the pink.
CMSC.
Maximum coverage on
Hero,
ABVC
LLY.
while a buy rating at $3. So they just put out a buy rating on this
BNOM.
today for $3 and it dipped to 104.
Cs.
This might be something.
Hero. IDR.
Submits
Rock.
various mid-stage study plan for Australia regulator. Second phase study, so they'll probably come out with an offering if they haven't already. Second phase, they got to have some money for that third. Termination of 2 contracts, so that don't sound good.
ISUN. PDC. VAX.
I have $6 million loss first quarter. That don't sound good. Yeah, they're going to need an offering. There it is.
ICE.
I knew it.
NR. Left.
Yep.
EC.
They had warrants. They already had their offering.
Left. C's. Left. ANTM. VCNX. VNTX. VCNX.
I got to put this on watch.
INDP. Manu. PSX. BTBT. SYK. SEVN. WMS. RZLT.
No, well, it's already a minute.
PLESX.
Well, we're going to go over the 4 indices and I'm going to call it a day.
VAX.
If you want to stick around.
FNI. Roku. DGHI.
I'm going to talk about irrational exuberance and how I feel about this market right now.
TGH. PMTRX. EXPI. ISPAL. DFFN. ATGN. INCIR. VTRTX. TSLT. TSLY. SBR. PBT.
Okay. I'm going to talk about how I feel about these indices right now. When I called out irrational exuberance, this market that we've been through here lately, this week, I played it pretty good, and yesterday not so good. Yesterday, I don't know what, I thought I was going to have a bull run, and so we got us a little doji right now. Kind of could be a stop place for a reversal. Anytime you see a doji on the bottom, that could be a sign that it could be reversing back up. Irrational exuberance is this right here. And then the fall through of the pow pow speech. And then yesterday and today. So I think the market liked kind of what he had to say. But we still got to know next month we're going to get another. If the market does well, we'll get another interest raise. So is the market going to perform well until the next couple weeks, until that gibberish starts to come back into the picture? Is the question. I think it will. You know, we got to look at a resistance to break and one to enter. If I'm going to be looking at Tuesday, I'm going to say on SPY, I need to hold this number, 362.17. If that doesn't hold, then we're going to go ahead and continue with the drama. If we break out of the gate above Monday or Tuesday, if we're able to get above 370.19, we'll come back up here and fill this box by the end of the week. Or at least we'll hit that resistance. And then we got one more to go, and that's right there. So I've drawn in my 3 resistance levels, and I've added my 1 support. Copy and paste this if you like. And that's going to be the SPY. So, can we hold steady the short week? Or is the bears still going to be in control? We're in a bear market. The bears are tough. Tough as I've ever seen them. But I'm going to still keep that attitude of being a bull and play the snake every day until, like we break a resistance and then hold and swing past the 370.19 area. And on the IWM, about the same kind of scenario on this, and even looks a little bit better because this one we're inside the candle, and that's a good start. So I'm saying we need to probably hold that 163.79 area, or at least the 162.78. But if we can stay above 163.79 Tuesday and break that candle right there, and we want to look at the body of it at about 167.94, give or take a few cents, and that's really right on the money. I would say 94, no doubt. If that breaks, then we can fill up the third resistance right there, and that gets us back into this here area. So that's beautiful. That's a beautiful resistance. If we can break the 167.94 next week, I guarantee it, we'll get back up here. It's on Tuesday. Copy and paste. QQQ. $52-week low yesterday. Do we want to have a little peace talk? Biden finally coming to his senses about the oil? I don't know. I had a guy tell me, "Told you so," and he's right. I know Biden was but I thought we'd have some kind of momentum this year, and we didn't get what I wanted. So now I have to keep playing the way I'm playing. I'm glad it happened the way it did, because it created a good trading strategy out of the sell-off that we've had. So the resistance to break, you'd almost want to take it up to this area here, but we're going to say that right there, 279.23. If we can break that, then we'll take it up to the third, and we'll just go ahead and carry it on up to the bottom over here of 285.15. And the number to hold will either be the channel between 269.78 and 271.18. And then the last one, SPX. Oh, I didn't say copy and paste. Or was it? Copy and paste. Okay, ready? Copy and paste. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Better be fast. And SPX. Pretty self-explanatory here too. Looking at the daily candles, okay? So we definitely got a solid support right here. I like to see that hold. 3-6. Ooh. I don't like them numbers, but I ain't gonna say them. 3,999,999,999. 3666.06. Ugh. And the resistance to break has got to be that 372906 with a strong buy down here at that number right there. And that's the SPX. Copy and paste. Okay. Another thing is emotions and fear. So, I gave the fear speech with Roosevelt. Go back and listen to that this weekend. And he talks about a lot about money and about disease. And it kind of just, history repeats itself. Someone told me that the other day. So, what was I also going to say? Yeah, emotions. I've kind of got to where the media, I just don't pay. I pay attention to it, but it gave me the mindset that the market has a short attention span. And come in Tuesday can be totally different than the week we just had. It's a whole new start every Monday. Every Monday at the beginning of the week, I wipe almost everything off, and I just come in and start fresh on Monday. And I try to determine how my week's going to be. So I'm thinking next week, if we come in here Tuesday and we have a flat green day, it's going to be the beginning to a good few weeks. That's my prediction. And it happens fast. We had 9 bad weeks, we had 8 bad weeks, and then we had 2 good weeks, and the third week was iffy. And I play in threes. I date 3 chicks at once. I ate 3 meatballs at once. I ate 3 fish sticks at once. But tonight I think I'll do 4 chicken fingers. So your emotions are real hard to deal with at times, and I've learned you've got to kind of erase it and start fresh every day if you're having a bad night. And you got to get out of trades that just ain't working. And get back in them. Like the timing's wrong, just take your loss and wait and get back in it. Today, you've seen me go through the SPY today and hold the trade, and by gosh, I come out a huge winner on it. I'm going to get out of here. Thank you, YouTube. Donate to the scanner if you can. It's in the content link. I only do this because the scanner's free. Or at least been kind of. I've still paid some.